Good afternoon, and thank you for this opportunity to introduce the Eye Lipid mobilizer. Meibomian gland disease is a serious disease. It's one of the most common conditions, medical conditions, that patients come and visit their eye doctor. It has a big impact on quality of life, and I'd like to share a quote from Dan Dury. 85% of patients who have dry eye symptoms do not have a lack of tears. They have MGD, and MGD is treatable. That means we've been treating 85% of patients wrong for 50 years. We've talked about the drivers today. We know MGD is a disease of aging. We talked about screen time. Prolonged screen time is leading to younger and younger patients with classic dry eye disease and MGD. But also, as mentioned, as premium channel IOLs become increasingly popular, the need for excellent outcomes as patients pay thousands of dollars is high, and the way to achieve that is by first identifying and treating MGD before biometry for surgery. And then finally, contact lenses. Primary reason often for failing to continue wearing contacts is the presence of MGD, and we need to treat that as well. Eyedetec Medical has therefore looked at ways to treat in a new fashion MGD with this eye lipid mobilizer, which we believe to be a best-in-class technology that is comfortable and soothing for the patient, so an excellent patient experience. It is easy to use, so therefore easy to integrate into the practice, and is very affordable. Affordability here for the patients as well as for the doctors to be able to generate revenue from this, and I consider it an office-friendly technology. The ELM, or Eye Lipid Mobilizer, has three components: a controller, which has the power, the user interface, logic, and a connector to a headset, which is worn by the patient during the procedure, delivers the dual mechanism of precision heat and resonant frequency stimulation. It's delivered externally. The patient's eyes are closed, and an interface drapes over the closed eyelids while the patient relaxes, molds to the lids, stores thermal energy, delivers that and the resonant frequency energy to the surface of the lids, and also moistens any exudate that may be present. The dual mechanism of action, therefore, is precise feedback-controlled thermal energy, which lowers the viscosity of the meibum, and resonant frequency stimulation to affect liquefaction and mobilization of meibum. Be thinking earthquakes in California where you see the hillsides become liquid and kind of start to flow. That's the liquefaction. The concept, of course, is we're taking evaporative dry eye with an abnormal lipid layer with the intent to normalize the lipid layer and prevent the evaporation. The technology is well protected with 6 patents and freedom to operate confirmed, 1 granted, 4 published, and 1 new application pending. And the IP really covers everything from eyelid surface topography to multiple mechanisms of action, office and home therapy, and cloud-based data storage to enhance compliance. There's a low regulatory risk with a Class 2 product in the US and a Class 2A in Europe, and a clinical study protocol to affect the regulatory pathway has already been drafted. We do have proof of concept clinical data where we had an engineering prototype of the ELM, and we randomized 40 subjects, 20 to ELM, 20 to LipiFlow, where at 1 week we showed specific examples here. Corneal staining, the ELM had 8 improvements, LipiFlow had 9 improved. Looking at symptoms, we used the SPEED score, and ELM had 17 improved, 7 to a normal range. LipiFlow had 20 improved, but 5 to a normal range. And on satisfaction, we thought it was important to ask, was it comfortable? Would you want to have it again? Was it relaxing? Was it helpful? On a visual analog scale of 1 to 10 and average those. And the ELM came out 9.5 out of 10 versus LipiFlow at 8.3 out of 10. So we were very happy with having a positive effect of the ELM, non-inferiority on key metric to the competitor, and patient preference strongly in favor of ELM. We have an additional product called iGene, which is a home maintenance component of a comprehensive solution, which is, we have clinical data, it's convenient and safe, it's a reusable mask with disposable warming wafers, there's no microwave required. We've engineered in the correct thermal energy into the product, and we've piloted the business model. Looking back, Many years ago, many lubricating over-the-counter drops and punctal plugs. That was insufficient. Over the past 20 years, there's been a blockbuster pharmaceutical and a device that proves MGD can be treated in the office. Currently, as we talked about, there's multiple pharmaceuticals and multiple devices. What Eyedetec is really bringing to the market is a comprehensive solution that's office-friendly, lower cost, easier to perform, and a pleasurable patient experience combined with a home maintenance procedure. So we envision 2 times a year ELM treatment in the office and a daily treatment with hygiene at home, very similar to the oral hygiene model. In summary, we have a world-class SAB and business advisors in the company. We're raising a Series A round of $5 million to finalize the ELM development, continue prosecuting the patent portfolio, conduct multi-center clinical trials, and obtain regulatory clearance with an office-friendly ELM product in about 15 months from the time of funding. Thank you.